India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar held talks with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov in Moscow on Thursday. The leaders held talks on political relationship and reviewed bilateral ties between two countries. During the meet, both countries reaffirmed shared ambition to expand bilateral trade in a balanced and sustainable manner. Jaishankar said that the relationship between India and Russia have been among the steadiest of the major relationships in the world after the Second World War.
The relations between India and Russia have been among the steadiest of the major relationships in the world after the Second World War. We reaffirmed our shared ambition to expand bilateral trade in a balanced and sustainable manner, including by increasing India's exports to Russia. This requires swiftly addressing non-tariff barriers and regulatory impediments, enhancing Indian exports to Russia in sectors like pharmaceuticals, agriculture and textiles will certainly help to correct the current imbalance.
While Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov said that Russia and India have achieved good results in energy cooperation and Moscow is interested in further joint energy projects with New Delhi.
We have good results in cooperation in the sphere of hydrocarbons and the supply of Russian oil to the Indian market. And we have a mutual interest in implementing joint projects for the extraction of energy resources, including in the Russian Federation, in the Far East and on the Arctic shelf.
And RT correspondent of Russia Today correspondent Anastasia Volodina filed this report on the ministers' meeting in Moscow.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov held bilateral talks with his Indian counterpart in Moscow, where the two sides discussed a wide range of topics, including those on the international and regional agenda. But of course, the main focus was on the conflict in Ukraine. And Sergei Lavrov underlined that Russia actually wants Ukraine to have a neutral status, and we've heard that for a very long time now, and that Russia will not accept Ukraine's alignment with any military bloc, especially the NATO. And Russia has previously stated also that Lavrov underlined that the root causes of the conflict must be eliminated, and we have also heard that on a number of times, as this is one of the key aspects why the special military operation started in the first place. Sergei Lavrov also noted that the US and Russia are making steady steps to finally achieve peace in Ukraine and to hold negotiations between the two countries. Both foreign ministers praised the flourishing bilateral ties between Moscow and New Delhi, with Lavrov stating during his opening words that the trade turnover between the two countries has increased by 15% in the last year. And of course, the two sides had a very fruitful conversation. They've managed to discuss energy sector, transport, infrastructure, and of course more. And Lavrov's Indian counterpart has also praised the flourishing ties between the two countries.
India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar called on Russian President Vladimir Putin for talks on issues of bilateral, regional and global interests. Dr. Jaishankar's visit to Moscow aims to further strengthen the time-tested India-Russia partnership.